Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. My name's Janice, I'm a Thermomix consultant. So today I've tried really hard to make sure I've got everything. The recipe I'm making today does need the blade cover, and it can be either this one, which is the blade cover and potato peeler, or it can be just the blade cover, which was, I don't know if you can still get it, the black plastic one. So the either or is fine, but you need it for the recipe. So I'm going to do a fragrant coconut fish soup with sweet potato. Now, I've never made this one before. My sister told me it is absolutely delicious. So that's what we're having for tea tonight. Okay, so we're going to start cooking. It says the recipe takes half an hour or 35 minutes. I've actually got about 3/4 of an hour before tea. So we're going to see how we go. So it says, please ensure you have a blade cover before starting this recipe. Visit our website for details. Right, so let's get cooking. It says 80 grams of shallot. Now I have no shallot, but what I have got is red onion. So it's also a sweet type of onion. So that's what I'm going to use. I've only got 70 grams, that's okay. 4 garlic cloves. So there's a few little ones in there, there's a few tiny ones. 30 grams of fresh root ginger cut into pieces. I don't know how much this is, but I reckon it's more than 30 grams. Oh, 28, there you go. And 1 red chilli, de-seeded and cut into pieces. So I've chopped that up into really thin rings. I don't know how much chopping up it's going to happen here. Now we're going to put the lid on. 3 seconds, speed 8. Now, I didn't check the bowl then, but I have just washed it up and put it back together. So now we're going to scrape down. Was it 3 seconds, speed 8? And most things are finely minced, so that's awesome. I did, when I cut that chilli up, I did take most of the seeds out, and I'm glad I did because that's quite strong. Okay, now we're going to put the lid back on. Let me just put that in there. 3 seconds, speed 8. And then we're going to scrape it down again. Okay. And now it says strong chili. Now we're going to use a neutral flavoured oil. Now I am going to use just regular old olive oil. And it says 30 grams. Okay. Okay, and now we're going to put the simmering basket instead of the measuring cup on top, and we're going to saute that for 5 minutes at 120 degrees. So I'll be back when this is finished simmering, sauteing. Righto, the aromas are just absolutely amazing. So now we're going to put the blade cover in. So with the blade cover, so you've got this, that's the bottom, then that's the top, and it can only go in one way. So because obviously it's curved like that, so where the high areas are, that sits over the high blade, and where the low areas are, that sits over the low blade. So it goes in really easily, and it can only go one way. So 300 grams of coconut milk. This is a 400 gram can. Let's see what it weighs. 400 mil, I mean. 400 grams. Or 395, doesn't matter. 250 grams of water. So let's cut back the water a little bit to make up for that extra coconut milk. So we'll go 200. One teaspoon of homemade vegetable stock. So those of you that have watched me before, you know that I make my own vegetable stock. There's a recipe in the basic cookbook which comes when you purchase the Thermomix. And I've also got a video on my YouTube channel of the vegetable stock paste, and I'll link that down below in the description box. Okay, and if you haven't got vegetable stock paste, then you can just use a stock cube. 3 teaspoons of red curry paste. Now I do I've made tandoori curry paste. I'm just trying to think what the other one is. I can't off the top of my head, but I don't know what the difference is between that and a red curry paste. So because I wasn't sure, and it's the first time I've made the recipe, I went and bought a bottle of red curry paste. If I can get the lid off. 3 teaspoons, rightio. I'll get a clean teaspoon. Okay. Now I'm not going to go overboard because I've got one of my grandchildren coming for tea tonight. And even though he does eat spicy food, I don't want to burn his mouth out. So 300 grams of sweet potato, peeled and cubed. So this was just a single sweet potato, so I don't know how much it weighed, but let's see. Oh, look at that, 311 grams. 25 grams of lime juice, freshly squeezed. I don't know if it has to be quite this freshly squeezed. Has anyone bought the bottled lime and lemon juice? And what do they think of that? I used to buy the lemon juice years ago, and I can't remember what it was like. I mean, we used to use it for everything, but yeah, it'd be good to know what it was like now, and if it would be an option. 25 grams. What's that? 21 grams. Okay, I'm just going to put that in because I'd like to save the other half. Let's just do a little squeeze. Because I'm going to want to cut that into wedges and we're going to serve it with the soup over the top. 98. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. So while I'm talking about the things I make with my Thermomix, I also make brown sugar using just regular white sugar or raw sugar and mixing it with molasses. And it's like, you can use more or less, but it's like a 7 parts sugar to 1 part molasses. So that makes a darker brown sugar. So if you want it a bit lighter, then you just add a bit less molasses or a bit more sugar. There you go. 1 teaspoon of fine sea salt, half a teaspoon of ground black pepper, and now we're going to pop that back on with the lid in place with the simmering basket. 20 minutes, 100 degrees, speed 1 with the blade in reverse. Rightio? So I'll be back in 20 minutes. So while we're waiting for that to cook, I thought we'd have a look at my latest loaf of sourdough. I'm not sure if I've undercooked it. This one here I've done in the cast iron. So I'm going to cut it in half. Oops. Okay. So it's super tight, but we haven't got any of the doughy down the bottom. So I'm actually not dissatisfied with that. The one that I've been making is I think it's everyday sourdough, and it uses 300 grams of starter. Now, that's a lot of starter, and that's why you can do it so quickly, like it's a fast one. So you start off in the morning, make your dough, and it takes, what's that? Probably from once you pull your dough out of the Thermomix and you leave it to sit for an hour to rise, then you do your 4 stretch and folds. That's another 2 hours, and then probably half an hour, and it should be risen nicely. Might be a bit longer. So what's that? 4 hours, 4.5 hours, and then you've got cooking time. So I'm just trying to work out when to get it in the oven. But I do feel that it was a lot more successful with doing it in the big cast iron pot. Rightio? We'll be back when the soup's ready for the next stage. Rightio? Now we're going to add some cherry tomatoes, 200 grams of cherry tomatoes halved. So what I've got is, it's nearly a full punnet of cherry tomatoes halved. So it's probably a bit more than 200 grams. 224. 50 grams of baby spinach. Perfect. 450 grams of white fish fillets cut into pieces, 5 to 6 centimetres. So this is bassa. So that's what I found at the supermarket. And this is 3 fillets cut into pieces. So it's a bit more than 450. And now we're going to put the lid back on with the simmering basket. 10 minutes, 100 degrees, speed 1 with the blade in reverse. Okay? Okay. Yeah. So we're going to serve this with some chopped coriander and some cute little baby lime wedges, because I only had half a lime left. Okay. So it says serve garnished with chopped coriander, thinly sliced chilli and lime wedges. So I'm not going to go with the chilli. I think we've got enough chilli in there. I'll give the sweet potato and the fish a bit of a poke. Oh yep, that fish is flaking nicely. And the sweet potato is cooked. That's hot. Okay. Oh, yum, that looks delicious. Yeah. Let's give it a little taste. Just a little bit of... That's just a little bit of fish in the sauce. That is quite spicy. I'm glad I only went in with the one chilli. Just want a little piece of sweet potato. Okay. Try it again. That is so yummy. Okay, I would highly recommend that one. That is delicious. So if you haven't got a blade guard and you want to try this one, this is the one you would get off the mix shop. I'm pretty sure that this is also available as a host reward. If you hold one of the host rewards, if you hold a cooking demonstration. I can't remember. If no one buys, if none of your guests buy a Thermomix, you have to pay a small sum. I can't. But if one of your guests buys a Thermomix, you get it for free. But there's all new rewards out. For those of you that follow me on Facebook and Instagram, I have posted the new host rewards information. Rightio, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, could you please give it a thumbs up, pop over to my channel and subscribe, and I really hope I'll see you next time.